Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for this is going to be a album review I never checked out. Well, I never got a chance to listen to this album when it came out on June 23rd. So this is for Jason Mraz's album Mystical, Magical, Rhythmical, Radical Ride album that I'm going to be reviewing for you guys. I'm probably going to shorten it so I don't so it doesn't go over 100 words for the title of the video. So basically, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for Jason Mraz's new album. I'll try to put the whole title of the album down, but if it doesn't let me, then it's whatever. But I'll let you know what I thought of this album as a whole, of what I listened to. So let's dive into this album review. It is 10 songs and a runtime of 41 minutes, but I'm going to discuss what I listened to as of now. Getting Started is the opening track, and that's a decent song. I'm just not sure if I connect with Jason Mraz's vocals in this one. I was hoping to like some things about it. It's just a decent song to start the album, but it's not the best song. Excuse my yawning. It's not the best song. It's just, So, 4 out of 5 for this one. I feel like dancing. This is a head shaker, in my opinion. It's just the way Jason Mraz raps in the second verse kind of ruins the song's reception, in my opinion. And the overall track just is not good. It just doesn't deliver anything spectacular. There's nothing great about this track, is what I'm saying. Sorry, there's a cat meowing outside my door, my sister's cat. I'm gonna deal with him in a moment. I'll pause the video in a second. Basically, with my closing for I Feel Like Dancing, I just didn't like the beat. I didn't like how Jason Mraz was singing it, and the overall track kind of bored me. So, 2.5 out of 5. And give me 1 second, I gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. Had to let my sister's cat in my room. He was Titan. He was getting a little annoying, but it's whatever, I guess. So, yeah, that's Titan right there. Basically, with what I listened to for the first 2 songs, not that impressed. So, now to go on to the next song, Feel Good 2. It's average. It's not anything amazing, in my opinion, but it's iffy, so 3.5 out of 5. Jason Mraz's vocals kind of work in a sense in this track. The beat is hit or miss for me. Then comes Pancakes and Butter, and that one was just cringe, in my opinion. It was boring, too. It just, with Jason Mraz singing in the track with his falsettos, was not connecting with this song, and not in a good way. And I'm sorry about you seeing the cat. Yeah, that's my sister's cat, Titan. He's a special needs kitty, I guess you could say. But he's a special kitty. He's a sweet kitty. Basically, Pancakes and Butter is a disappointing track. Wasn't a fan of this track. Jason Mraz's falsettos kind of ruin it for me. So, 2.5 out of 5. Disco Sun had a really weak opener. It was kind of weak for majority of it, and then when the second half came in, it made it seem stable enough for a listen. Made it seem bearable enough for a listen. So I'd give this one a 3 out of 5. It's okay, but not anything great. It's just meh. It's okay and meh. So that's how I feel towards the track. Next track is Irony of Loneliness, and that's an average song. Jason Mraz kind of makes it work with his vocals at times, and then there's some cringe moments with his vocals that don't really make me want to like it too much. So, 3.5 out of 5. Little Time does have some interesting lyric choices, meaning the lyrics are pretty, meaningful, and what he's trying to sing in the track about how he was going through his life and all that in this song, singing about his life and how he got to where he is now. Lyrics were pretty meaningful, and the message behind the song was interesting. So I really like this song a bit, but I don't love it. I think it's decent. Some of his vocals kind of have its tuned out moments. It's kind of phoned out moments, I guess you could say, but he tried. So 4 out of 5. You Might Like It is a decent one too. The beat is fine, but Jason Mraz's vocals have its hits and misses in this track. Like there are some moments where his vocals sound good and moments where his vocals kind of sound weak at certain points. Mostly in the chorus, his vocals kind of try a little too hard. He plays with his vocals a bit too much, and it just doesn't resonate in the best way possible for me liking it. So 4 out of 5. Lovesick Romeo is a decent one too. It's the second to last song before you get to the closing track for the album. I think it's decent. It's not anything great, but it's something. So 4 out of 5. Then comes the final track, If You Think You've Seen It All. The closing track is average. It's not anything great. I like the acoustic guitar work in this track, but my biggest gripe with the song is how Jason Mraz is singing the track at times. It has its good points and its bad points. So 3.5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Jason Mraz's Mystical, Magical, Rhythmical, Radical Ride album, if I'm pronouncing Rhythmical right, I think this album was disappointing. I was hoping to like this project from him for his this album cycle, but I'm just not feeling for this album. This is going to be on my worst albums, unfortunately. Probably at the top of the list, but it's not the worst of the worst, but it is a disappointing album. So if I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give Jason Mraz Mystical, Magical, Rhythmical, Radical Ride for this album a 5.5 out of 10. I was slightly disappointed with this album. It was a weak project from him. I was hoping for something good from him, but I ended up with disappointment with this, I guess you could say, album. So pretty much 5.5 out of 10 for Jason Mraz's Mystical, Magical, Rhythmical, Radical Ride album. Thank you guys for watching this album review.